Alright, welcome on in everyone to another episode of First CSP, channel dedicated to bringing you the first council shoulder patch issued from each council in Scouting America, both past and present. We're back from yesterday's video with the second of kind of our double header or related issues, at least in my mind, with Circle 10 571 out of Texas. Did you guess Circle 10? Did you know what we're going to be seeing today? The Circle 10 Council was formed in 1928 as the merger of Dallas County, Lone Star Area, and Navarro County Councils. And we'll head on over to the patch table to look at the T1 first issue with its red border, white background, gold fleur-de-lis, and dark blue letters. We've got a couple issues of the T1 here. Like many of the councils in California, Circle 10 being relatively large is going to have a number of production runs to service the needs for a regular uniform issue wear CSP. This one you can see is a left twill. We've got a couple examples of right twills as well. This T1 happens to be a plastic back. Get the focus back. There we go. Plastic back. So there is a left twill, here is a right twill. Both of those relatively similar as far as the fleur-de-lis looking gold. Also a plastic back on this T1. And then we have another right twill where the fleur-de-lis looks a bit more on the yellow side to me as opposed to the gold. But all of these are just different production runs. You can see the blues a bit lighter than these darker blues here. This is also a plastic patch. Again, these are just different production runs that exist for the T1 first issue. Now here's where we get to the similarities to Calumet from yesterday. So the second patch that they produce is listed in the guides as the TA2. This is a gold mylar border. They list it was made in 1973 as a recruiter patch, and they made approximately 1,000 of them. This patch I do happen to have to show you guys today. This was formerly subdivided into two variants, the TA2A and the TA2B. The TA2A, which you'll see here, was a cloth back. And then the TA2B, which we don't happen to have an example of, is the same patch with a plastic back. Now here again is where it relates to Calumet, because I believe that TA2B plastic back gold mylar bordered patch, they had either extras or whatnot, and they needed to get some more of their original standard issue T1, so they ended up probably sending those out to be rebordered, and so we get the T3 just like Calumet, and the T3 is a red border over, you can kind of see it there along the edges, over a gold mylar border. Now again, this has a plastic back because I think it's kind of that second run that came out of those T2As used to be called a TA2B. I have seen that there are just solo TA2s that have plastic backs, so that was formerly TA2B, it's really hard for me to say, do exist in the wild, that some of those didn't get rebordered. They have a plastic back. We just have not been able to pick one up to be able to show you here today. So those do exist as just gold mylar with a plastic back, and then obviously it seems that some of those then got rebordered. You can even see some of the gold mylar like peeking through on the edge, and it looks real shiny in person. So just like Calumet had their red border and then they came back in black over the red, here they have their gold mylar border and they came and they red over the gold mylar. Just as a comparison, we'll put this up head to head against one of those T1s. And again, it could be true that if you weren't looking close enough, you might think that you just have a T1 here, but it's actually a T3. So I was really excited both yesterday's episode with Calumet and today's episode with Circle 10 to be able to have the T3 issues that both councils produced, where it essentially is the appearance of their first issue, but it's been rebordered. Here, the border doesn't quite look as uh, distinctly different in the thickness size as it did in yesterday's video. But I think most of these you're going to see. So here you see the gold mylar. It basically sticks out on the edge all the way around. So if you know that you're looking for that, it's going to be fairly easy to decipher. And I think potentially easier to decipher than yesterday's Calumet, where most of those, as I said, I've seen images where it's pretty clean black border all the way around. It just is super thick. And that would be easier to mistake for a T1 than these would be for the Circle 10s. But there you have it, the first issues for Circle 10. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I was really looking forward to being able to make these episodes and bring you the overborders. I think it's a real fun and interesting historical aspect to these, and they do have the appearance, at least from afar, of the first issues. So being able to show you those for identification purposes is something that we really love being able to do on the channel as well. We will be back again tomorrow with another brand new episode of First CSP. We hope to see you back here for that. Remember, if you're enjoying the content, feel free to like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. We really do appreciate all of that. And if you know more about the histories of how these became overbordered, either yesterday with Calumet or today with Circle 10, please feel free to drop those in the comments below. We love being a place with the comment feature on YouTube where some of those histories can be collected and maintained as reference for all going forward. All right, with that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you on the next episode.